Can you spot what I'm doing wrong here with my fretting hand? Did you catch it? Hopefully you did, and hopefully you're not making this terrible guitar technique mistake in your playing. Because if you are, you're gonna have a heck of a time not just trying to play scales fast, but really trying to play fast with anything and everything. The mistake I'm talking about is this excessive arm rotation or the swinging of the elbow that you were seeing as I was trying to play the scale. This is hugely inefficient and you're working way harder than you need to play the notes. And if you try to speed up your playing with this inefficiency still there, it's gonna be basically impossible to ever build any serious speed. It's going to be like trying to sprint with ankle weights on. The first thing to understand is what causes this excessive arm rotation or the swinging of the elbow that I showed you. And believe it or not, it has nothing to do with the size and shape of your hands or the length of your fingers or any of that. It has everything to do with faulty thumb positioning. More specifically, by aligning the thumb with the index finger. Here's what I mean. If you're trying to play a 3-note per string A major scale with the thumb aligned behind the index finger, you're able to fret the first note, obviously. You're even able to fret the second note by spreading the middle finger away from the index finger, but now watch where the pinky finger is. Notice how far away the pinky is from the 9th fret of the 6th string where it needs to be. To compensate for that, you have to rock your hand to get the pinky to the right fret. That is where the problem comes from. So to fix it, you got to fix the root cause, which is your thumb positioning. Instead of aligning it with the index finger, like most people do, align the thumb with the middle finger instead. Start by forming this OK sign like this with the thumb and middle finger, and then put the middle finger on the second note of the A major scale, that's our example, which is note B, 7th fret of the 6th string. Remember, the thumb is behind the middle finger, so start here on the second note, and then spread the index finger to the first note of the scale and the pinky finger to the third note of the scale. Notice how much easier it is now to get in this position simply because you changed where the thumb is. It makes all the difference. So your first assignment is to simply practice getting in this position with the thumb behind the middle finger a whole bunch of times without any last-minute adjustments. What I mean by last-minute adjustments is you don't want to be getting your thumb behind the index finger like you used to have it before, then realize you made a mistake, say, oh crap, and slide the thumb over here to correct it. That's a last-minute adjustment, and that's just you practicing your mistakes. You're not going to get far that way. Start with your arm just loosely by your side, bring it to the guitar slowly, get the thumb behind the middle finger and get in the right position. Then relax your hand and slowly do it again. Then relax your hand, do it again, relax your hand, do it again. And once you get good at this, get yourself in front of a mirror or a webcam or somewhere where you can see what your fretting hand is doing up close and play the first 6 notes of the scale using legato. Just pick the first note on every string and do hammer-ons for the other notes, and make sure that your arm and your elbow is not moving and it's only the fingers that are doing the work, like this. Notice how much easier this looks and feels compared to the old way where the thumb was behind the index finger and you had to rock your hand to compensate like this. And from here it gets a lot easier because once you're able to play the first 6 notes with the correct thumb position, all you have to do is just maintain that thumb alignment through the rest of the scale up and down. One thing I mentioned earlier in the video that I want to make sure you don't miss is practicing in front of a mirror or a webcam so you can see what your hand is doing as you're learning this new thumb adjustment. Because if you don't do that, it's going to become really easy to slip into your old bad habits without realizing it, and then you're just completely wasting your practice time. And the cool thing about this thumb adjustment is once you get it into your muscle memory, it's going to transfer over into all your 3-note per string licks. And all of a sudden, everything you've ever tried to play that required any degree of stretching will forever start to feel a whole lot easier to play simply by learning this motion once in the context of a scale. That's pretty cool. And once you get your technique on the right track, the next step to building a lot of guitar speed is figuring out the best ways to practice. Like, what do you actually do when you sit down with the guitar to make speed happen without practicing guitar 8 hours a day? I can help you with that in my free masterclass called Guitar Speed Formula. What it is a special way to practice I've developed where you don't have to start slow and gradually build speed in small increments like everybody tells you, but that doesn't really work very well. In fact, you don't have to do any slow practice at all, but you are able to make a lot of speed gains without spending a lot of time practicing. If you want to know what that's all about, check out the link in the description of this video or go to the page on the screen right now, enter your email address, I'll send you the video for free. And besides the thumb adjustment I went over in this video, there are many more more little tweaks you can make to your technique that don't take really any effort at all, but that make you play noticeably better, faster, and cleaner almost immediately. I've got 10 of them in this video right here. If you want to see them, watch that video next.